Good afternoon, children. My name is Divya and I am going to take social studies for you. In the last few classes, you have studied the first chapter. Well, you have learned the first chapter, the world we live in. In that chapter, you have studied about the shape of the earth. So what is the shape of the earth? It is round. The shape of the earth is round, or otherwise we can say that it is geoid. Okay? And the teacher has told you that our planet Earth has an axis. So what is an axis? It is an imaginary line which connects the North Pole and the South Pole through the center of the earth. Right? So you will remember that the earth is showing a bend. And that bend is known as the tilt of the earth. So the tilt of the earth is shown with the help of an axis. So why I am repeating this? Because the same things we will be discussing in the second chapter, that is movements of earth. Okay, so we will be discussing about this in the chapter movements of earth. So what is movements of earth, or what is movement? Movement means the change in position or change in shape. So what is movement? It is change in position, or change in place. For example, while I'm taking the class for you, I'm showing movements. I'm showing motions. I'm writing on the board. I'm showing some gestures through my hands. So I'm showing some movements. In the same way, I'm sure that while you are watching this video, even you will be showing some movements. Even you will be moving. For example, to take a pencil, you will be stretching your hands. Then you will be scratching your head while listening to me. Or otherwise, if you are lazy, you will stretch your arms and legs. So whatever it is, we are continuously moving. What are we doing? We are continuously moving. In the same way, our earth is also moving continuously. Our earth is also moving continuously. And the movements of earth are of two types. The movements of our earth is of two types. The rotation and the revolution. The rotation and the revolution. The movements of the earth are of two types. The rotation and the revolution. So today we will be discussing only about the rotation of the earth. So rotation of the earth. Okay. So here in the video you can see that our earth is slowly spinning on its axis. Our earth is slowly spinning on its axis, or moving on its axis. So what is spinning? What is spinning? Our earth is slowly spinning on its axis. What does the word spinning means? Spinning. So without moving or without changing the place, the thing will be moving, right? For example, I can give you an example for that. The washing machine, right? It is not jumping from one place to another, is it? No. It is kept where your mother has kept it. There is a place for the washing machine. But when she switches it on, it will spin. The motor will spin. You can see the movement. That is spinning. Okay. Another example is the fan. The fan is not jumping from here and there. It is moving. The blades are moving, spinning. So our earth is also spinning on its axis like a top. Okay, so our earth is slowly spinning on its axis like a top. So here we can see this is the top. It is moving. Isn't it? Is it jumping here and there? No, in the same way. Our earth is also spinning on its axis. Isn't it? It is slowly moving on its axis without jumping here and there. Our earth is spinning on its axis. So what is an axis? That you have studied in the last chapter, the world we live in. What is an axis? An axis is the imaginary line which connects the North Pole and the South Pole through the center of the earth. When we are drawing the spherical shape of the earth, here we get the center point, isn't it? It is divided into two. Again, the repetition of what you have learned in the first chapter. The latitude, the horizontal line which divides the earth into two equal halves. What is that? It is equator. Isn't it? 0 degree. Equator is 0 degree. So the horizontal line which divides the earth or the spherical shape of the earth into two parts, into the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So equator is dividing the earth into northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So when we are drawing or when we are marking the North Pole and the South Pole, for our convenience, we mark it at right angle. We mark it at right angle. So here we have the right angle. So North Pole and South Pole will be marked at right angle. This line is perpendicular to the equator or perpendicular to this horizontal line. So at right angle, we mark the North Pole and the South Pole. Why we are marking like this? For our convenience, because we cannot show the Earth's tilt on a piece of paper. Can we show? No. So this is the North Pole and the South Pole which we are showing in a piece of paper. Now, is this the true north or the south? No. This is not the true north or the true south pole, but it is having a tilt. It is having a tilt or a bending. The earth is showing a bend, and this bend is known as tilt. This bend of the earth is known as tilt, and the tilt is shown with the help of an imaginary line called the axis. Is it clear? So it is an imaginary line. It is not there on the actual earth surface. It is an imaginary line to show us the tilt of the earth. Clear? So here you can see a difference, right? For our convenience, we have marked the North Pole and the South Pole at right angle. But is it the true north or the south? No. Our earth is showing a bend or a tilt. And there's a difference of 23.5 degree. There's a difference of 23.5 degree from the North Pole which we have marked and the true North Pole. So this is the true north. This is not the true north. This one is the true north and this is the true South Pole. So this is just for our convenience because we are showing the spherical shape of the earth on a piece of paper. Okay? So this is the true north and the true south, and there is an angle of difference of 23.5 degree or otherwise known as 23.5 degree. Hope this is clear to you. So here, what is an axis? What is an axis? It is the imaginary line which connects the North Pole with the South Pole through the center of the Earth. This is the spherical shape of the Earth. Here we have the equator. We are drawing the perpendicular line to show the North and the South Pole for our convenience. But the Earth is having the tilt, and the difference between these two lines is 23.5 degrees. Is it clear? So here you can see the video. One video is there. The Earth's axis. See the imaginary line called axis. It is tilted to about 23.5 degrees, and it is on this axis the Earth is spinning or rotating. So the spinning of the Earth on its axis is called rotation. So what is rotation? The slow movement of Earth on its imaginary axis is called rotation. So our Earth is rotating. The Earth is rotating throughout. Are we feeling the movement? No. Why we are not feeling the movement? Because we are standing on the Earth's surface. So as the Earth is moving, we are also moving together with it. So this is the reason why we are not feeling the movement of the Earth. So what is rotation? The slow movement of Earth on its imaginary axis is called rotation, and it rotates on its axis from west to east. This is north. Here we have south, east and west. So it is moving. So north, south, east and west. So spinning of the Earth from west towards the east. And this is the reason why we consider that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. You have studied that in the lower classes, isn't it? The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Why is it so? That is because of the rotation of the Earth on its axis from west to east. Our Earth is moving from west to east. And it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. The Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. 24 hours means one day. That 24 hours or that one day is divided into the daytime and the night time. Okay? So, the rotation, I have told you what is rotation. It is the movement of the Earth on the axis. The movement of the Earth on its axis is known as rotation. Now, so due to the rotation, it causes day and night. The rotation causes day and night. The Earth is moving, the spherical shape. The Earth is spherical shape, round, isn't it? So only one half of the Earth can be seen at a time. See here, only one half of the Earth can be seen at a time. So if this is the position of the sun, this is sun. This is the position of the sun. The sunlight falls on one half of the Earth. The other half of the Earth is turned away from the sun. Clear? So the portion or the part of the Earth which faces the sun has daytime. This is day. And the part of the Earth which is turned away from the sun is night time. Clear? So the rotation of the Earth on its axis causes day and night, and the part of the earth that gets the light of the sun has day, and the part of the earth that is turned away from the sun has night. For example, when it is daytime in India, it is night time in almost all of America. Some of your relatives will be in the foreign countries, in America or in the European continents. When you are calling them, now we have the video chatting and all those things. When you are calling them, you might have asked, what's the time there? So you might be calling during the daytime. But when you are asking this type of question, what's the time there? That relative might have said that it is night time. Why is it so? Because as the earth is spherical in shape, India is in one part, America is just opposite to it. Okay, if India is here, see here itself you can see this is North America and this is South America. North and South America is facing the sun, but the other half is having night time. So India is in the opposite side. So the opposite happens. When it is daytime in America, it will be night time in India. When it is night in America, it will be daytime in India. Clear? So there's another video. Here you can see the earth is slowly spinning on its axis. This is the axis. It is an imaginary line, and our earth is rotating from west to east. Okay, so this is the axis. It is an imaginary line and it is moving from or rotating from west to east. And this part is facing the sun. Right? So see, it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. It takes 24 hours. And the part which is facing the sun will have daytime, and the part which is turned away from the sun will have night. See here, this is day, the other part is night, experiencing the night. So this is about the rotation of the earth, day and night. So rotation of the earth causes day and night. See, it is spinning, the earth is spinning on its axis. And this is the reason, again, this is the reason why we are having day and night. Do I have to, I will show you the video again. Okay. Earth is spinning on its axis. Half a part of the earth is facing the sun. This is the imaginary line. So it is rotating from west to east. And this is the reason why sun rises in the east and sets in the west. See, it is tilted and it is moving from west to east. And it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. It takes 24 hours for the earth. And the lighted part is day, the darkened portion is night. Here you can see the video. Look, the same thing. It is due to the rotation of the earth that we have day and night. Clear? So here itself, see the portion? This is North America. Here is South America. So almost most part of America is having night time. The opposite, to the opposite of America is India. So there it is daytime. Why? Because it is facing the sun. So when most part of America is experiencing the night time, in India we are experiencing the daytime. Hope this is clear to you. So let's revise again. The movements of earth are of two types, rotation and revolution. The slow movement of earth on its imaginary axis is called rotation. So earth has two types of movements, rotation and revolution. So what is rotation? The slow movement of Earth on its imaginary axis is called rotation, and our Earth rotates on its axis from west to east. It rotates from west to east. This is the reason why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Then the Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. It takes 24 hours. Then the rotation of the Earth on its axis causes day and night. That is the reason why we come to the school during the daytime and sleep at night, isn't it? Due to the rotation of the Earth. Then the part of Earth that gets the light of the sun has day, and the part of the Earth that is turned away from the sun has night. So we cover up the portion, the rotation of the Earth here. In the next class, we will start with the revolution. So before that, I will give you one activity. Okay, one activity is there. In your notebook, write the activity number. You might have got 3 activities in the first chapter. This will be the 4th. Write the name of the chapter, movements of Earth, then the question and the answer to it. So what is the question? Observe and write. Look at the globe. Look at the globe. Is this whole globe getting light from the sun, or is only one side of the globe brightly lit by the light of the sun? That is first part of the question. Second part of the question is, which part of the globe is lit by the light of the sun? The one that is facing the sun, or the part facing away from the sun? This is a question which is given in your textbook. So you can write it from there. And those who don't have the globe, make use of the ball. Most of you have the ball, isn't it? So using the ball, you can answer this question. Use the ball with the help of a torch. See which part is having lighted portion and which one is darkened, and answer the question. Okay, so this is where we stop for today. So thank you. We will meet in the next